So Graham Potter speaking ahead of that clash against Dortmund. He was asked about Kai Havertz. He said, I think we have to attack better as a team and that's my responsibility. It's too easy to zoom into individuals and blame them. It's a collective. We have to create more, do better, and that starts with me. Helping the team get better chances, more chances, because then I don't doubt the quality of the players. Graham Potter inevitably standing up, defending his players, Mario, as you would expect a manager to do. But as much criticism as he's received, it's not his fault that Kai Havertz can't score one-on-one against Leeds at the weekend, is it?
Oh, no, but that comes down to the individual. But away from that, like he is putting him everything as a striker. Every time he's starting him as a striker, I've been saying it for weeks now, that Kai Havertz, his ability is playing around the striker, and then sometimes you can, in the occasion, you have the surprise moment. You play someone as a striker, and then you can move around it. Kai have scored incredible goals with Chelsea because they have made them win certain trophies. But away from that, now it's almost like his confidence is being chipped, because now we're looking at Kai, actually how we're looking at a striker. What does a striker need to do in your team? He needs to get you double digits. And if he doesn't get you that, you're going to point a finger at him. And that's why he's getting those pointing fingers at him at the moment.
Stevie, you were ranting and raving about Chelsea. You watched that game, obviously, at the weekend.
Yeah. I actually felt sorry for them. I was hoping they would score a goal in open play. But, I think Potter's saying the right things. But absolutely, it's down to the individuals. The amount of times that they have the ball, and particularly in the opposition's final third, and don't create anything. I mean, seriously, with the names that they have in the back of their jersey, with the talent. So, no, it's time that the individual stepped up.
Right. He
can only do so much, and they haven't stepped up. And Havertz reminds me of I think he's unfortunate. I think of Bobby Firmino at Liverpool, who didn't have the pressure on him to score. Sure. But he always scored around 10, 12 goals.
Yeah.
But if it had been the opposite way around, where the pressure was on him, we might not have seen the same player. He was lucky he had two guys wide that were on fire. Whereas Havertz right now, every time he steps on the field, it looks like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders when he gets an opportunity.
Let's take a look.
Hold on. That was a very good save, Messley. Blaming Havertz. That was a good save. Give the goalie some love.
He shouldn't have the opportunity to save it.
It was a great save.
He shouldn't have the opportunity
It was a great save.
Stevie, don't.
It was a great save.
Don't get involved.
It didn't just hit the goalie. It was a good save.
Let's take a look then at the predictions. Now we're looking ahead to that clash. Remember, Borussia Dortmund 1-0 up going into that tie on Tuesday at Stamford Bridge. Everyone is going for a Chelsea victory with the exception of Xhaka. I've got Dortmund to go through on penalties in the end. Mario and Stevie have got Chelsea to go through on penalties. Don and Julian think they can do it in regular time. Don, what makes you think Chelsea can score 2 goals?
Well, you look at the numbers and it probably suggests that I'm wrong, but I look at the performance when they played Dortmund, they could have scored 6 and they absolutely battered them. Granted, there's a lack of confidence in front of goal, but I think the atmosphere might see them through. I think it's one of them where I look at João Felix. He was incredible at the weekend. Really unlucky that he's wrapped the crossbar. It's a bit of a sub story when we keep saying, well, they're unlucky. Goalkeeper played well. They missed chances. But like Liverpool, at some point, Dan, I watched Chelsea, and even though they're shot shy, I still get the impression they're going to give someone a real doing. Now, it might not be Dortmund where they beat them 4 or 5, but they're going to give someone a big beating. So that's why, again, on top of the Dortmund performance away from home, when they could have scored 5 or 6, I think they'll beat them 2, and I think they'll go through comfortably.
George, do you think Chelsea as well?
I think at some point it will click. I think they will be a bit more clinical at some point. I still think that they have issues, of course. Even defensively, with the ball, in terms of structure of that team, is still far from perfect. But surely they've got too much talent on the pitch and on the bench as well, by the way, for at some point getting it right. And yeah, I think it could be tomorrow. They would have the crowd with them. That win against Leeds, psychologically, it's a huge relief. They didn't play great for the whole game, and they were under pressure towards the end. But psychologically, in terms of relief and just a bit of momentum, a bit of positivity, really, I think this is big. And to be back at Stamford Bridge, again, second home game in a row, even in a different competition, for a game so important as this one, I think, yeah, would play in their favour.
Mario, you'll have no fingernails left if it does indeed, as you suggest, go to penalties.
Oh yeah. But I also, because I know this moment, you understand what Chelsea is in now. I mean, being there, we had so many times we had moments. But one of the key things is as well is I hope the foreigners also know that, because that stadium at the bridge, when this moment happens, it's like one of the greatest moments to be in, but also one of the most testing moments, because they go quiet. They make a lot of noise to get you going, but then they go quiet if you don't perform. But if they can get their fans to keep going, the stadium is a great one to be in. And look, Dortmund is a team, they keep on winning. So they're not playing against a team that is not used to not having the ball. They don't mind if you have the ball. And they don't mind if you are leading the rhythm of the game. So I hope they don't get disappointed in the sense of like, don't pass too much, because sometimes I watch Chelsea, I see the tick, 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 and they never go to the end product. I hope they will finish things off, because then it will be really an enjoyable game for them. And Dortmund, yeah, you're clearly playing against a team in form.
Shaka, just me and you going for Dortmund. What a moment for you.
A little bit worrying, because me and you went for Manchester United against Liverpool. We only two, and that kind of scared me. But listen, Dortmund is the team of the year. Dortmund just keep winning. Dortmund do not know how to lose or even draw a football game. With a goal lead, Chelsea will have to come out a little bit. And knowing how shot shy, I think, as the word that Don used, Chelsea have been, I just worry that they leave themselves a little bit exposed, that they start pressing forward a little bit too much, and Dortmund make the most of it. I just feel this is a game now Chelsea, though at home, end up playing into Dortmund's hands a little bit.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.